Tell the tape, Alex.
All right, let's take a look. David Mendoza, 26 years young to 23-year-old for Fredy Villegas. 1.68. Looks like the height advantage is going to be for Villegas, a 5'8", 2-inch advantage, 5'6" for Mendoza. Official weight 135.7, just underneath the allowable extra pound weight. 134.8 for Villegas, 5-2 for Mendoza. 2-1-0 for Villegas, very young. Coming in, Luke's 19. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the Bantamweight division. Señoras y señores, este combate es a 3 asaltos de 5 minutos en la categoría de peso gallo de Luke's Fight League. Presentando primero, en la esquina blanca, un especialista en Muay Thai, récord profesional de 2 ganadas, 1 perdida, una altura de 1,73 metros y un peso oficial de 134.8 libras. Presenting now, on the white corner, he's a Muay Thai fighter, professional record of 2 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, an official weight of 134.8 pounds. Fighting straight out of Villahermosa, Tabasco, Mexico, is Fredy Sasquatch Villegas. Su oponente al otro lado de la jaula, en la esquina negra, un especialista en artes marciales mixtas, récord profesional de 12 ganadas, 2 perdidas, una altura de 1,68 metros y un peso oficial de 135.7 libras. Presenting now, on the black corner, he's an MMA fighter, professional record of 12 wins, 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, an official weight of 135.7 pounds. Fighting straight out of San Luis Potosí, México, is David el León Mendoza. The third inside the cage, el tercero sobre la jaula, Edgar López.
This is a very deep Bantamweight division, and David Mendoza has already tasted what he feels to be a contender. He's fought for the belt twice, and he's got to be hungry to get back into the winning column after losing twice to Marco Beltran. So we are ready to go. The ref's ready. Fighters are ready. And here we go. It's locks time. Inside the Pepsi Center in Mexico City, alongside UFC veteran Alex Soto and Francisco X Rivera. Glad that you can join us. This is a return of 2-time Bantamweight belt contender David Mendoza in the black trunks, Fredy Villegas in the white trunks. Alex.
And already you're seeing Mendoza throwing that big right hand that just barely glances off the head of Villegas. You know, it just shows you, how quick this kid is.
Villegas trying to challenge his opponent with a leg kick, and Mendoza answers quickly.
Let's see who starts the psychological warfare here.
Ooh, wow. Going high was Villegas, and Mendoza, we already know he's a pretty good wrestler. Going to the clinch right away.
Yeah, good defense there. Double unders there already for Villegas. Now he's got complete control here. Oh, but Mendoza counters beautifully.
Nice kick, a knee to the midsection from Villegas.
He's got to watch out for another one coming up right here down the middle.
And Mendoza countering with the knee. They're off the clinch.
Wow.
And Villegas looking pretty quick and pretty smooth with his combinations, trying to take Mendoza down, which is not an easy feat.
Yeah, nice hip toss there from Villegas. Already recognizing some overcommitment from Mendoza.
You give a lot of credit to our matchmaking team led by Henry Briones, to Joe Mendoza. Villegas comes in with a record of 1-2. And he's looking pretty good against a 2-time belt contender like David Mendoza.
Yeah, absolutely. This isn't no walk in the park here for Mendoza. He's put up against a formidable opponent here.
Now David working on the clinch with Villegas trying to secure the hands there.
Nice.
Turns him around. Good knee right there from Fredy Villegas as Mendoza has to step away.
Yeah, and Villegas followed it up with an elbow. Really beautiful cage work there. The way he just stepped off on the side, that lateral movement off the cage really allowed him to break free from Mendoza's grip. Oh, nice jab there as Mendoza was coming in.
Villegas looking good, trying to work his range as Mendoza got really close there.
Very interesting opening minutes here in this first round. Very competitive, very stable here. I guess I could say equal, both. Nice.
What a push kick right there from David Mendoza. Starting to tilt things his way. Quite a combination. Mendoza with a head kick. Wow, going for the flying knee. We already know he's a spectacular, flashy fighter.
He does. He has that really explosiveness about him, especially with those flying knees. He's got that killer instinct. We know that Mendoza has that. He likes to finish the fights. He's always looking for that finishing move. But Villegas here, I think that length, that reach advantage is making it a little bit difficult for Mendoza to close this.
But there he goes. He closes the range right there. Push kick to the midsection. And then a spinning kick once again, looking for the liver. And Villegas starting to feel the power of David Mendoza.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. We heard that.
Villegas missing, Mendoza missed as well. 90 seconds left here in the first round. Mendoza looking to be in trouble. After a good start from Villegas, but León, the Lion, making the adjustments.
Oof, I like that. Heel kick to the thigh. You don't see that very often there from Mendoza. So it's really good. Both fighters are recognizing here. They're both attacking the lead leg kick, or the lead leg, to try to slow down the opponent's onslaught here. They're both very powerful, very strong fighters. This is a perfect example of how that lead leg kick, takes away some of that snap.
Mendoza trying to work combination there, maybe prep a takedown. He couldn't get close. Good work there by Villegas. He's able to stay away from the power of Mendoza. Good combination. A jab landed right in the button there.
He's asking for eye poke there. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure that was an eye poke. I think that's the fist to the eyeball. Beautiful counter there from Mendoza.
Yeah, trying the uppercut at the end. Another 30 seconds to go. Mendoza feinting, trying to go to the head.
Nice.
And that was the takedown we're looking for. Good sprawl there from Fredy Villegas.
Yeah, Villegas defended it very well. So far, he's been able to stop the takedown attempts of Mendoza.
Oh,
of course, as soon as I say
throw,
that,
yeah.
Mendoza gets a nice takedown.
Yeah, quite a good technique right there from David Mendoza, who's always steamrolling over his opponents, with the exception of Marco Beltran. But this time around, Villegas is looking like a pretty good contender.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really impressed with Villegas' performances so far. Now, if we're looking at the replay here, Mendoza's throwing a big right hand. That's the initial right hand, and here's that inside knee to the body, followed by the right hand. And there's some knees there and that breakaway elbow that I really like to watch. Up kick from Mendoza. Here's that takedown. Really was a failed hip throw from Villegas, but Mendoza's capitalized that. He's experienced enough to get that easy takedown.
We are ready for round two. Things are starting to feel like normal, Alex. I know we've gone through a lot in the last year and a half, but a bigger audience here tonight in Mexico City. Things didn't start here for us. Locks started in northern Mexico in Tamaulipas, but you and I started here in this very venue. Lux 3. It's been a
wild
good
ride.
run, man. December 2018. Can you believe that?
Wow. So this is our anniversary.
Yes, indeed. And we are ready to go inside the Pepsi Center. David Mendoza, two-time belt contender in the Bantamweight division, black trunks, facing Fredy Villegas in white trunks. And Fredy's no slouch. I mean, Fredy is not just going to be an easy cookie for David Mendoza to eat.
No, absolutely not. And what we need to see a little bit more here from Mendoza is that attacking that lead leg kick. Get a little bit of that snapper away from Villegas.
Wow, good combination. Mendoza throwing an uppercut there. Prepping the takedown once again. Good sprawl from Villegas, trying to secure an arm there, getting away. But Mendoza just steamrolls over his opponent.
Mendoza has a plan here now, taking into the second round. It's, is turning it into a wrestling match. I think that's fantastic. Really making it uncomfortable, slowing down, really controlling the clock here.
And Mendoza is pretty good at the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well.
Absolutely. He's there with Draco Cosillo in his corner, another championship, or champion, I should say, at 155 pounds.
Yeah, could not sink the hooks in, but he now tries to pass into side control. Although Villegas tries to secure him right here on his guard. Good transition there from Villegas.
Yeah, no, I like that. He's got his head pinned up against the cage here. Not a lot of movement. Very uncomfortable position for Villegas. Now let's see if Mendoza is able to capitalize and do some damage here.
Mendoza with a wrestling base there, trying to post up and make it very uncomfortable for Villegas. We can say he's a natural. He's been training for about 5 years, but his pro debut came after only 2 months of training. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's insane, you know. But this kid's got a lot of talent. There's a nice little chop elbow there. A little bit of a dirty boxing.
Now Villegas trying to sweep and get out of that position. Mendoza's not going to allow him very easily, as we have 3 minutes left here in the second round.
Yeah, he's making Villegas work now. You know, he's running the clock here. He's putting a lot of pressure on him. You know, it could be, allows him to take his back. Here's a knee possibility.
Good job there by Villegas. Big knee right there to the midsection of Mendoza.
Mendoza, really good popping to the side there, breaking the chain. Moving to the side to side. You know, one of the things I did see Villegas do earlier in the first opening seconds of the first round is that head kick that looked super deadly.
Good uppercut right there, going to the head. However, he slipped, and Villegas is trying to take advantage of that opportunity, but look at Mendoza. He's just so strong.
Pure talent right there, pure athleticism there from Mendoza. Was able to turn around and really capitalize on that. But wow, Villegas is, you know, having a lot of problems, having a lot of issues against Mendoza's pressure.
Now Mendoza stuck inside the guard of Fredy Villegas. Let's see what he's able to work here, as he was going for the body head. Once again, the combination from David Mendoza, nicknamed El León, or the Lion, born in San Luis Potosí, Mexico.
It's interesting. We've got a minute and a half left to see if Villegas is able to, here in the open mat, be able to actually try to go for a submission here. But Mendoza is just heavy on him. But he's being very intelligent. You know, he's running down, really controlling this entire fight from the opening seconds of the second round.
Yeah, and a lot of credit from Villegas. Not a lot of experience, but he also seems to be a natural, not shying away from a tough challenge, but not too many resources to escape that powerful wrestling base from Mendoza.
He's got him by the legs there. He's got to be careful here, though. Get swept. Wow, lets him up. You know, a lot of the fighters, especially after a big grappling exchange, really makes your punches really slow. You know, it takes a lot of practice to be able to overcome that. Start moving really slow, and your quick reactionary muscles aren't responding fast enough.
Mendoza feinting with the spinning back kick right there.
Oh, beautiful
wow.
elbow.
Once again, those very creative punches from David Mendoza coming at different angles.
And Anderson Silva right there, man. Wow, that was really cool.
Another solid round from David Mendoza, who's fighting tough competition in Fredy Villegas, but controlling most of the fight so far.
Yeah, I agree 100%. This is all Mendoza's game so far. Just being able to outclass his opponent. You know, really has been the difference here in the second round, is being able to dominate the ground. Here it is, getting that nice big takedown, you know, in the early moments of the second round, and really dominating. Here's the end of this round here, towards the end, I should say. But look at that pure athleticism that turned things around for Mendoza. So I got this up 2-1 for Mendoza. What do you got? Let's just go.
I would I would think you have it 2-0, right?
2-0.
Okay, you got me confused right there because we're getting into round number 3. I thought in the beginning, you know, Villegas looked pretty solid, but, you know, Mendoza's just a handful, man.
Yeah, he is. I mean, the pressure that he just has the entire time, it's trouble for any bantamweight.
This is Mendoza's second fight in 2021, as we're trying to close this year with a bang. Sportsmanship there, more than anything, between Mendoza and Villegas. And look at the way that Mendoza starts this round. He wants to finish off strong here. And Villegas countering here. Big punch of his own. Mendoza counters quickly. He goes forward once again. He's smelling blood. Good uppercut right there. Big knee from Mendoza. Villegas is in trouble, trying to escape.
Man, he's just crouching him and just combinations after combinations there for Mendoza.
Going for another takedown. Yes, he tripped him. Villegas trying to secure the head, but Mendoza is able to escape now.
Absolutely, man. Wow, that was impressive. I mean, Mendoza's looking for the finish. He's up 2, and he's looking, you know, for a highlight reel, a knockout. It's fun.
Yeah, and a talented wrestler who has 4 minutes to work from this position. Mendoza gets away from the potential armbar right there, gains side control. It's just getting worse for Fredy Villegas.
It is, absolutely. I mean, Mendoza's pace is just getting tighter and tighter for Villegas to handle. Nice elbows.
Yeah, and a lot of things that he can do from side control, though I think his main intention is to mount him.
Nice, beautiful ground and pound. Man, Villegas is just completely overwhelmed right now. This onslaught in this 3rd round.
Yeah, those punches, hammer fists started raining down on Villegas, who I think has to be very satisfied with his performance. I mean, with limited experience, he's going to the 3rd round against David Mendoza, but El León is just too strong.
Oh, here it is. Here's Mata León right here.
Oh, wow, he gets away. We have sweaty bodies here going to the 3rd round. Not very easy to sink in submission.
Yeah, here's a good spot for ground and pound. You know, half guard. Great ability to really leverage your punches here. Pin your opponent's hips down.
So Mendoza trying to climb the ladder again. He's gonna have to grind his way back into contention after losing twice to the champion.
Oof. Man. There he is again, nice cage work. This is what I like about Mendoza. He's constantly making it uncomfortable for you. He's, you know, pressing your head up against the cage, making making the cage smaller for you to fight in.
He has 2 minutes left to finish this off. Villegas is trying to survive whichever way he can. Now Mendoza with the hammer fist, going right into the face of Villegas, who's in trouble, trying to defend with one hand, as Mendoza was securing the other one.
Yeah, Mendoza he's just really applying so much pressure right here. He's kicking that leg off. I mean, he's just in complete control now.
Alex, when we have you so close to the cage, how much do you miss competing?
A lot, man, a lot. I wish I was 20 again, you know, and get back in there. These guys are just beasts, though, man. I mean, this generation is just incredible. I mean, Mendoza is a freaking handful right now. He's an incredible athlete.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing to see a depth of talent here inside the pool of Lux Fight League. Mendoza trying to work and land some punches there. With just over 1 minute left in the 3rd and final round. After losing 2 out of the last 3 fights, David Mendoza is trying to come back. And those 2 having lost against Marco Beltran, fighting to take away his belt. It hasn't been easy for Mendoza, but as we said before, he's gonna have to grind and earn his way back into contention.
Yeah, you know, but Villegas, you know, kudos to him. He's still trying to get a submission here. He's trying to go for a triangle. He's trying to shoot something up. But it's just not enough, really, to get off, you know, to get Mendoza off of him, you know?
Yeah.
Here Mendoza's giving him a one-up here. One more chance here, but 27 seconds left.
Yeah, Villegas, 23 years old, not a lot of experience, but I liked him. I think he might be raw, but he has potential.
Oh, absolutely. I think so too.
But now it's Mendoza's time. Good combination, trying to prep the takedown and just finish this thing up as we get the 10-second alert.
The Matt Hughes here.
Wow. Coming down. Big time. David Mendoza with a big slam to finish things off. And he's gonna get his 6th victory within the Logs 5 League cage.
Wow. What a performance and what a way to end that fight. The beautiful takedown, man. Slamming takedown.
Yeah, and the attitude of Mendoza, he's a very quiet kid, always a good fighter nevertheless, but now you see him, he's got the attitude out, different haircut. So it's time for a new era for Mendoza. Hopefully 2022 will bring great things for him.
Well, he's finished up 2021 with a beautiful performance against a really tough fighter. And I love his style. I love that he's always trying to finish the fight. You know, he had coming back from 2 losses, against a guy you think you could beat, and then being asked to come out and face somebody that you don't know very much of. It's a lot of pressure on him. I'm sure there's a lot of mental parts of the game here that we can't see as spectators, but what's happening here with Mendoza, and really confidence booster here. He did a fantastic job.
So, great win for David Mendoza. We're gonna make it official in just a few moments there with Felipe de Maria. And he confirms that he's ready to battle. 26 years old, about to get to be 27, and a force to be reckoned within the Bantamweight division.
Señoras y señores, después de 3 asaltos nos vamos a la decisión de los jueces. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gone the distance, and after 3 rounds, we go to the scorecards for a decision. All judges score the fight 30-27 to declare the winner by unanimous decision to David El León Mendoza.